There's things that I feel like are gonna either change or not change by the time Jace is here within this next year. I know we're gonna have changes, obviously, because I'm gonna have to sacrifice things, but here is what I think is gonna happen.
Hey guys, this is Rob Dennis. Obviously I'm the dad of Jace, the boyfriend of Morgan, and she wanted us to all submit videos to kind of lay out how we think the next year is gonna go. That way we can do another video for her vlog after that and determine if we were correct or not.
So the first thing is I'm having a C-section tomorrow, actually, and a lot of people have different experiences with C-section. Some C-section recovery, they said it wasn't so bad. They said that if you just get up and move when the doctors tell you to move and how they tell you to move, you'll be fine. And others have said that their recovery was just dreadful, awful. They were recovering for a very long amount of time. I'm gonna be optimistic and say that my recovery is gonna be pretty decent. Some people tell me that it is no longer gonna be about me at all. Everything's gonna become about my baby. Rob and I have kind of talked about, we want our child to be molded into our lives. We're not gonna completely just shut down our lives and change everything for a baby. Like, we're not planning on stopping living just because we have a child now.
So a lot of people are making assumptions that having this baby is basically going to completely change our lives, take us over completely, won't leave us any time for ourselves. You know, and we've already made the determination we're not going to do that. We're not going to let the kid come first. I know that's kind of against what everybody else thinks, but the happiness of the parents is going to lead to the happiness of the kids. You can't put them first in everything. They are a child. You need to treat them like a child. That's my philosophy. That's the way it was when I grew up. I turned out fine. Most of the kids I know that got put first turn out a little bit spoiled. They tend to have some issues when they grow up. Can't handle things on their own.
A lot of people say that you get no more sleep for a long time. I feel like me and Rob are gonna get the same amount of sleep that we always do because our sleep patterns are so irregular anyway. I'm awake during the day. I usually take a nap in the evenings, and I'll sleep until Rob pretty much, by the time I wake up, Rob is going to bed, which is around like 1 or 2 in the morning. So that's when I'm awake and I'm alive and active. And then I go back to sleep around 4 in the morning. So I think that's not really gonna be a thing for us. I think we'll still sleep the same amount of time that we sleep now. Plus Rob doesn't really get to sleep much anyway. He has like all kinds of sleep issues. And on the weekends, he's awake till 5, 6, 7, sometimes 8 in the morning. So he's definitely gonna have weekend duty.
Yeah, we may lose a little bit of sleep, but again, our sleep schedules aren't like everybody else's. Morgan and I don't sleep in the same room. We already have a baby's room set up. We've already read a ton of books on how to help teach the baby to match up with our schedule. Granted, it's understandable, the first few months are gonna suck. We get it. But I already stay awake most of the night. She already sleeps most of the afternoon, and then she stays awake most of the night. So by the time that I'm ready to go to bed, she's getting up from her nap and she's ready to go. And then I've had people question that. They're like, well, what are you gonna do if the baby wants to feed? Well, we got a breast pump. We got milk. Baby doesn't like it. Must not be that hungry.
Some people say that I'm never ever gonna wanna leave my baby, and I'm never gonna wanna go anywhere and go out and just live. I don't feel like that's gonna be me. I grew up very different. My parents still did their everyday things and still left us to do, you know, whatever. So I don't really feel like I'm gonna have this super hard detachment from my baby.
The other thing I disagree with that I hear a lot of people talk about is laundry, right? Everybody's like, oh my God, we have so much laundry to do for the kids, and we just don't have enough time in the day. Well, make time. It's a washing machine, right? It's not the 1920s and early 1800s where you get to go out and wash your own clothes in the river and then hang it to dry. You throw it in the washing machine, throw in some detergent, and walk away. It takes like 30 seconds. Just keep everything divided in a basket. Hell, you don't have to divide stuff anymore. Most of the machines, most of the colors that we use, they don't run. So even if they do run, put it in a color catcher. Not a big deal. Toss it in, let it wash for 30 minutes to 45 minutes, pull it out, throw it in the dryer. Another 30-second job, done, walk away. Folding it, yeah, a little bit more complicated. Even if you just threw it in a basket and threw it in the room, that'd be fine. But, you know, I see all these pictures on Facebook of these laundry rooms that are just filled end to end with clothes. Why? Hell, I don't even plan to let my kid that many clothes.
A lot of people are convinced that I'm not going to go back to work after this, but I still haven't found anybody who's going to pay my bills for me to stay home. So if you are willing to pay my bills for me to stay home, I will definitely not go back to work. I'm very OCD about my classroom and how things are run and what things look like, and I am definitely concerned about that. I'm not really, because I have a really good supply, but just, you know, in your brain of things, you're like, oh, I gotta leave my kids and all this other stuff. And a lot of people say I'm not gonna really care at all. They're like, you're gonna forget all about it. Once Jace is here, you're just gonna forget about it and not worry about that classroom or anything. I disagree because I know how I am. So we'll see. Mine and Rob's hope is that we have Jace crib trained by the time I come back to work on April 27th. I think we'll be able to do it. Like I know they say like it's kind of hard the first few nights dealing with like the crying part, but I think between him and I will be tough enough to manage it. I mean, he's pretty tough when it comes to stuff. And crying doesn't typically work on me, but everyone's like, it's different when it's your own child. So we'll see what happens with that this one.
Like, I'm not gonna be that harsh, but I hope you guys kind of get the gist of where my mind is. You don't have to cater 100% to the child. That's why they start screaming and yelling. They're teaching you instead of you teaching them. And some of this comes off a little bit harsher than I mean it to. But anybody that knows me knows I'm pretty compassionate. I just don't seem like it. I've got a pretty rough edge to me. Can't wait to see the kid whenever Jace gets here later today. And yes, today that this is being filmed, I'm about to hop in my truck, load up my suitcase that's sitting over my bed, and head to Georgia. Pick up Morgan, head to the hospital, and then spend the majority of the day sitting around waiting for things to happen before the C-section.
I think these are the main things that I'm focusing on for this first year, especially with a lot of big plans that we have going on within the next some odd months. I mean, life's about to get really crazy for both of us. Well, I guess all three of us. And I'm optimistic. I really just think that Jason's gonna be here and our lives are gonna really change very drastically. I'm still gonna go to work. I'm still gonna have responsibilities. Adding Jace to that responsibility list. And I think life's gonna be good.
So, can't wait. Not super stoked, but not unhappy. I can feel a little bit of excitement coming up. So, I know everybody else is extremely excited. We're trying to keep it down to a small crowd today, just the parents. And tomorrow, over the next couple of weeks, we'll let everybody come in. And if this video makes it out in the next week and Morgan doesn't cut all this out, I just want everybody to know, don't kiss the baby at all, please. Otherwise you'll see me be a very, very difficult individual. Wash your hands, right? Like there's a lot of cases lately that you're seeing on Facebook and social media platforms that the child's dying because people are just careless. That's not me. I'm OCD, Morgan's OCD, so we're gonna get along pretty well. But I'm asking all of you, just any babies you're around throughout the year, be very cautious. Wash your hands. If you walked outside for a few minutes to talk on your phone and walk back in, wash your hands. Your phone's one of the dirtiest things you touch. So just be aware.
So the next video that you will see will not be in this series. It will be in the new series, Adventures Out There. And you will get to meet baby Jace along with us on our delivery day. I can't wait for you guys to see that. And that's all I gotta say. Osobo signing off. See you later.
Now he's here, suddenly I know. If